welcome back. A crime problem serious enough to catch the attention of the White House does not just pop up overnight, and it can't be attributed to just one cause. But our next guest believes one simple solution can go a long way toward turning it around. We're joined now by President Gail Jones Carlson with the Memphis Urban League. Gail, always glad to have you back. How have you been doing?
Thank you for having me.
You always have a lot going on, and one thing we wanted to talk to you about: Pause for Peace. And I know this has been something I know you've been pushing for some time now. Why?
Well, so a lot of people in our community are concerned about the National Guard coming here, the marshals coming here, DEA, and all the alphabets coming here. And some feel that they can have a say about their presence, and that's fine. But for us at the Memphis Urban League, we want people to stop. We want people to pause. We want them to think before they act. Because sometimes when we react, the outcome may not be positive. And as we talk about having First Amendment rights and the freedom to speak, we do have that. But people need to understand that sometimes there are consequences that come with that. And even if those consequences are not good, and if they are right, even if you are right, if you get hurt, if you end up in jail, if you end up in dead because you are exercising your right, you know, at that moment, it's just not good.
And it seems, Gail, right through here now, you have so many people kind of torn as to how to deal with their emotions, how to react to what's going on right in their own communities.
So I listen to the talk shows every day, just regular, common people like me, like Gail. I read the comments and posts on social media. So what you will have is a mix of emotions. You have a lot of people, many are older people, who want the Guard here. They feel safe.
Right.
Then you have other folks who don't want them here because they feel like it's a violation of our constitutional rights. They're concerned about people or innocent people being hurt. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that really is bothersome to me.
What's that?
That is so many of us, and I mean us meaning black people, how can they be all over social media talking about if you're not doing anything, you don't have to worry about anything? Do they know our history? There have been so many people, African American people, who have been beat, who have been hung, who have been killed. They hadn't done anything to anybody. So you can't say if a person is innocent, nothing will happen to them, because just you exercising your rights, your First Amendment right, you're not doing anything wrong, but somebody else may see it as you're doing something wrong.
That helps me make the transition into another topic that I definitely want to talk to you about: the state of Black America, which we know the Urban League, Memphis Urban League, National Urban League has been addressing. Where do we stand these days, you think, Gail?
So with the state of Black America, once 45, 47 was elected, it's not been good for African American, brown and black people, but we are accustomed to the bad that's going on. Not that we want the bad, but we've had 400 years of being able to survive. However, for some reason it seems like it's really, really bad right now, but we're gonna make it through here, but we just gotta navigate it. And so with the state of Black America, our national president, Mark Mariel, he does this speech every year, and it started being done like in the 70s when Jordan was the national president. And it is an update to America about where African Americans are, where black people are financially, economically, workforce numbers. It just talks about us overall and how everything that we do impacts America.
Are you encouraged, discouraged, or you're dealing with realism? How do you view it?
I deal with realism. I'm an anal person. I deal with the facts. I deal with the data. I deal with what's real. I don't live in the fantasy world. I deal with the facts. But in addition to, let me mention this, in addition to our national president, Mark Mariel, speaking at our State of Black America address on October the 16th, we also will have a panel discussion, a really good panel. We will have city mayor, my guy, City Mayor Paul Young, and then we will have our County Mayor Lee Harris, and then we will have our Minority Leader
Karen Camper.
Yes. On a panel talking with Mark Mariel, just talking about current day issues. What's going on in Memphis? What's going on in the state?
Very quickly here before we run out of time,
Okay.
who needs to be a part of this? Is this just our generation or a much younger generation?
Everybody needs to come and hear this. This is awesome. This is great information. If you want to know where we are in America as a people, if you want to know what's going on in Memphis, if you want to know what's going on in the state of Tennessee, you need to be at the luncheon. It's going to be a great luncheon. We almost sold out, so people need to come on here and get these last few tickets.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, but
Gail, the way you do it, I'm not surprised.
I'm trying to narrow down the numbers right down. So we're almost sold out, but it is going to be a great event. I am so happy that our national president is coming here. He's going to be honored that night at the Freedom Awards, National Civil Rights Museum. He's one of the 3 people who will be honored, and he deserves to be honored because he's done great work for brown and black people in this country, and as well underserved people, people who are in need, not just brown and black people. The National Urban League touches all kinds of people, all people who are in need. We don't deal with people on income, nor do we deal with them on race.
Sounds like the fight is just getting started.
Yeah.
Gail, always good to see you. Always glad to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you.